I'm going to wait and see if some people jump in because I'm doing this live. So I'm just going to kind of kick back and wait to see if some people show up. I'm going to give them a couple minutes. And at that point, we'll start. So if you're watching this video on the rerun or the flip-flop, as I like to say, you can kind of cut in at like maybe the 2-minute mark, and we'll get down to business. But I'm going to kind of wait because I always jump the gun and I'm always early. So I'm going to wait for some people to show up. If you want to skip ahead in the video, give it a couple minutes and then skip ahead. And we'll get down to the nitty-gritty of what we're talking about tonight. And it looks like on my screen, my sign back there, Tidbits and Scribbles, is flipped around. Hey, Donna, can you read my Tidbits and Scribbles sign? On my screen, it showed it's flipped backwards. That would be neat, because then I'd have to figure out how it goes. How to make it show up correctly. It's right side round, nice and clear. Okay, perfect. Then we'll roll with it. I won't change a thing. All right. Thanks, Brett. Okay, good. Then I'll just leave it alone. I won't worry about it because I don't know why it's flipped around on my screen. Okay, we'll wait for Carl. Hey, yeah, it's going down. It's going down. Y'all better be ready for this one. Okay, because Michaela Jade is done. I'm done. I'm mad. I can't say I'm mad. That would mean I'm angry. I'm not angry. I just don't care anymore. I'm just done. That's what it is. I'm done. So here it is. Here's the nitty-gritty of it. Let's get the exciting stuff out of the way first. My next event that I'll be at, where you can get my books, will be at the Riverplex. It's called QuadCon. They're going to do at the Riverplex in Peoria, Illinois. I believe it's December like 18th or 19th, something like that. I'll have to look it up and I'll put it in the show notes. No, Brett, don't run away, I promise. So that's the only thing I have going. So everything else that I'm doing is focused on my writing, my ghost writing, and everything. So my only show will be December, like I said, I should have wrote that down, but I think it's like the 17th or 18th. It's at Peoria Riverplex for QuadCon. So what I wanted to get into tonight and why it's going down is here's the nitty gritty. As most of you know, I left a network. I joined because we were all supposed to help one another, and that's what I'm all about. At my core, that's what I do. It's hard for me to admit that because it feels like I'm trying to get accolades or I'm trying to get noticed, I guess, for being the nice girl or for being the girl that helps everybody out. It's not really. It's just what I do. And when I see it go wrong or I see it being taken advantage of, it bothers me. And by bothers me, I mean it pisses me off. So what is happening is I have taken stuff out of my life that I don't have time for. I don't have time for fake people. I don't have time for people who pretend to do one thing and do another. And I really don't have time for the BS of, oh, we're going to help everybody rise. We're going to help everybody do stuff. And then 3 or 4 people in the whole, I'm going to say it, whole damn network actually do help every channel or every person succeed and do better. And all it requires is a like, a comment, and a share. How freaking hard is that? It's not. And that's the thing. It's not hard. You have to want to. If you don't want to, you don't need to be in the network. Simple as that. For my readers, some of you understand it, some of you don't. What you need to know is now I'm more focused on you. I don't have to focus on people that are not focused on helping me build this channel. I can focus on you guys now and I can help you hone your craft. So in that vein, what we're doing is we're kind of flipping Tidbits and Scribbles on its head a little bit. And I told you guys I would do this as we figured out what worked and what didn't. So here's what we figured out worked. Where I come from, we call it porch sitting. Basically, it's a roundtable discussion. And if you are working on a book, and let's say you think you have writer's block, you just cannot make the story come together. We sit, we would normally porch sit, literally sit on the porch and figure this out. So we're going to have to do it through StreamYard, but anybody that comes to me via email, social media, private message, whatever, let me know what you're working on. Let me know what you're struggling with. And we will get a meeting together where maybe it's just you and me, or maybe it's you and me and a couple other writers that are struggling as well with their projects. I'm going to try and make it like once a month, twice a month until people really get rolling on this. It helps a lot of my friends to get past that writer's block, to get past that moment of, man, the story's not coming together. I don't know where to go next. I don't know if I've completely derailed or if the story can be saved. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hugely focus on writing techniques, why one way is maybe not wrong, but it's different. I'm going to focus completely on the brand new writers, the struggling writers. So if some of my content isn't what you need, I'm sorry, but we're going to focus on what people need and what they've asked me for. So if you need something, ask me for it. I will cover it. I found a lot of people are needing things like, I had the question the other day of what's a reader group? So some people are starting way behind where I'm at. That's fine. I can help them get to where I'm at. So we're going to start with that. We're going to start with what's a reader group? What's an ARC? What's a beta reader? Why are reviews important? All of these things we'll cover. If you guys want something covered, if there's something you're struggling with, let me know. I don't care if you email me. I don't care if you private message me. I don't care if you leave it in the show notes. That's fine. But let's get together and let's figure out what it is that you guys really need, that you're really working on. Because I'd rather work with you, even one-on-one, if we have to, in a live stream situation or something like this, where you can leave me a comment and I can help you weed through the mess. I'd rather do that than just randomly talk about this subject or that subject, and you guys can take bits and pieces from it. I would rather you guys spend even 15 or 20 minutes with me, and you get 15 or 20 minutes of good, solid information, instead of 2 or 3 things that you can really work with. So basically, yeah, my whole it's going down is that I'm done spending time on projects and people that don't bother to spend time on my projects and with me or helping me. If I'm helping them, in my opinion, it should be the same. It should be I help them, they help me. That's how it works. To me, that's a network. To me, that's how it should be. I'm not going to pull any punches anymore. I'm done. I am absolutely done. I don't have time. Yeah, something like a green room, Carl, but serious. Like, and even like Brian's shows. Sometimes there's a little bit of writing info, and most of the time we're goofing around, we're having a good time. I think I'm going to really focus Tidbits and Scribbles on what do you guys need? Do you need something like, hey, this plot's just not coming together? Do you need something like, I was told to write in first person and I don't know what that is? Or I was told I need a reader group and I don't know what that is or how to start one or where to go or where to put it. I don't know how to get beta readers. I don't know how to get ARC readers. So yeah, like a green room, but more serious. So if I can get 5 or 6 people or even 2 or 3 people together on, let's say, a Wednesday, whatever day or time that people need, we can do that. As long as it's a group setting and I'm not spending my individual time on an individual person, we're good. Like, we can get a group together, we're good. So let's go with that, guys. Let me know via social media. I don't care how you prefer, whether it's email, private message, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. Just let me know that you need time. Maybe even the subject you're trying to come up with, whether it's a plot hole that you can't figure out or a character's not talking to you. You think you have writer's block. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. So with that, I'm gonna keep this short. Um, and I'm thinking, unless somebody says something to me about let's get together and do a round table. So maybe that's what we'll call it. We'll call it a round table since all of my stuff is medieval. Maybe we'll call it Tidbits and Scribbles, the round table version or the round table episodes. And I'm hoping we can do it live. That way, if we get people that are maybe they couldn't join for the first half of it, the second half they can join in and they can replay it, and maybe they'll get something out of a question somebody asked, or maybe they'll get something out of a roundtable discussion that we were having that really resonates with them and really helps them out. So yeah, so let's go with that, guys. I'll wait for a little bit. If you guys have questions, yeah, just let me know. I'm reading all your comments at the moment. All right, guys, I'm going to close it out since we've got, so many people here. But I thank you guys for showing up. You guys have been awesome. I cannot say enough about my true fans and friends that constantly show up for my shows and show up for my pages. Yeah, Carl, definitely some scheduling. But I think I need to get the word out too. Hey, Brian. But yeah, so I'm thinking if people are stuck, you have writer's block, whatever it is that you have, or you think you have writer's block, let's talk out those storylines because y'all, we need to get books written. I know I do as bad as the next person. And I think what brought this up was when I went down to visit my friend Linda. We sat there for 3 days and did nothing but porch sit, as I've called it. And we just hashed out storylines and plot lines and this works, and well, if we do it this way, this won't work, or well, historically this isn't accurate, so we've got to do it this way. So I mean, it works. I know it works because I've done it, and that's how I get. Maybe I do get writer's block. I've always said writer's block is bullshit, but maybe that's why I think it's bullshit. It's because I talk through it. I, throw plot ideas out there. Yeah, Brett, that's exactly it. Like my book number 4, I think I've got maybe a chapter done because I've put it on the back burner and I put everybody else first. Sometimes, Carl says, sometimes it would be good to talk about what Michaela does as she goes along her process. I was thinking about that. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do like a day in my life video, how I process all of my day, how I get stuff done, because I do get stuff done. There's just a lot of time that it doesn't feel like it. It feels like I spend a lot of time supporting other people. And yeah, Brian, yeah. There's a support group for that. Carl, I think, runs that. Green Room, maybe. But yes, so that's my plan. I think that's how I personally can help new writers the best. I think by doing these live shows, I think by streaming, maybe getting a roundtable together, I think that's how I can help best because everybody's got different ideas. Get stuck in our ideas and we think, well, this is the way the plot was going and it has to go this way. Well, when someone else throws another idea in there, it's like, well, maybe it doesn't have to go that way. Maybe it doesn't have to work the way I thought it did. And that possibility could work, especially when you're in my genre, which is fantasy and historical. It's a lot of mix. It's do you go historically accurate with that point, or do you throw the fantasy in there and make it? It's not really as important. So yeah, a lot of these things, like I said, can be answered just not necessarily one-on-one, but like if I throw out one idea, but it's not quite what I was thinking, someone else can jump in with, well, this is what I think you meant. Yes, and that works, and we can write things down, or even something that doesn't quite work for one, maybe another author's got, hey man, that works for my story. So I'm hoping that really, really helps a lot of new people. So with that in mind, we'll keep this one short. The roundtables, I don't care. We could go hours. If StreamYard will let me, if YouTube will let me, we'll go hours. I don't care. We will hash these things out. We will get it working for you guys. We will get writers writing instead of writers having writer's block and not being able to produce books. Let's see. I'm reading Carl's comment. You can edit midstream, which I usually don't do. Yeah, see, I go back and one of my processes is I go back and I read, whether it's from the start or from like the previous chapter, so I can get my head back into it because it is fantasy, and I need to know what happened before so I can write what happens now. Oh, 8 hours? Well, hell, we can do it, Brian. We can. So yes, we will test it, and hopefully we will get writers finishing their damn book. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go, and I will catch you on the flip-flop.